This is the Maida Initiative, conversation without compromise.
I think there's a way, like you say, you can tell their story in a way that's very judgmental. And there's two wrong ways to go about interacting with other cultures. One is you stand on your hill, you look down on them, and you think you're better than they are. The other way though is to be completely, oh well, that's their culture, we don't have anything to say to you. And that's what I loved about this. You can tell that you love the people. You're resonating with their story, but you're also making some critiques, which is quite a brave thing to do.
It's something that I openly discussed with my friends. I'm pretty open with my Muslim friends about it, because it's something that needs to be discussed. It's something that needs to be put out there, because sometimes, as what they said, sometimes they may not see because they're part of that. They may not be able to see that these things should be, it's something that should be discussed. So it's a great opportunity that this film became a platform for that, through their help, of course.
Right. So you're coming along as a partner in the story, not as a judge.
Yeah, exactly.
What would your hopes be for the next steps? What do you think Mindanao needs right now, more than anything else?
Right now, it's really about as what I always discuss with my friends. It's always about the healing. Because for many generations, for since time immemorial, there's a lot of historical grievances against the Muslim community. So I think the first step really is that healing process, because it sounds like, it sounds academic, but it's true. That pain, that struggle is being passed on from generations to generations. So that anger wouldn't stop. So the first part is really healing for both the abused and the aggressor. And also, for the government part is really to provide the basic. As simple as water. For a lot of us, water is something that can easily be ignored. But for these people, as simple as water means a lot to them, because mainly they don't have that proper access. So by providing this basic need, that would be a good start for that reconciliation, for that healing process. So I think before going to a more political platform in addressing the problem, is to go through this healing process, and that includes forgiveness, that includes providing these basic needs.
So if you were speaking to the average, loosely Catholic Mindanao, what do you think they need to realize about what do they need to do as far as taking steps for forgiveness?
I think for the first thing that they need to I usually tell my friends is that it's easy for them to make judgment, because the idea of Muslim struggle, the idea of Muslims, the concept alone of that is there is an indifference. There is a distant reality. Even in my hometown where I grew up, there is a big distance between the Muslim and the Christians. Though it's not hostile to each other, but there is a huge gap. So what I normally tell my friends is, give it a chance. I usually say give it a chance. Like us, they're also like us, that is worthy of of respect, of dignity, and we should learn to have to share that equality with our Muslim brothers and sisters.
If you're then reversing that and you're talking to the average Muslim Mindanao, what do they need to internalize and act out?
Of course, I would say the same thing. There's also a prejudice against Christians by the Muslims. It's something that it's not be taken away that easily. I remember when I was in Camp Darapanan. Camp Darapanan is the MILF camp, the Moro Islamic Liberation Front camp. During that time, it was still in a ceasefire between government and the MILF, the Moro Islamic Liberation Front. I was there sitting amongst our Muslim brother there, and suddenly he said, this soldier said, you're a Chavacano, you are from Zamboanga, you're traitors, right? And it's I didn't get mad at him, mainly because he like some Christians, he didn't understand where I'm coming from. So I think it's really important that we first understand each other before making that judgment. I'll tell my Muslim friends that we all share the same grief. We all share the same pain. It's really just a matter of allowing ourselves to be known, allowing ourselves to be acknowledged, so that we get to understand each other.